What's up, guys? This is the Void here, bringing you guys another Cardfight Vanguard video. It's been a few weeks since I've uploaded, but I kind of want to discuss about something that we've recently learned about star-vader Blaster Joker and its effects. I'm going to be breaking it down in every way I can, possibly to my human being, because there's a lot of hate on it. Not saying that there should not be any hate on it. I just want to explain the things with it. And leave your comments down below in detail, but watch the whole video first. There's some other things that I want to be talking about with it. And also, I'll be uploading crack openings of my sneak peek packs this week on Saturday, so watch out for that. So I'm going to go ahead and go right into it. Here we are. Star-Vader Blaster Joker. When I first saw this card, it was like Blaster Joker just got really pissed and he said, "Fuck the world, I'm going in dry." Which is kind of what he's doing. I'm sure you guys know the effect by now. The Counter Blast 2, Soul Blast 2, Lock 1, lock all your opponent's rear guards, choose one of your opponent's Legion mate and retire it. And when he attacks, choose the same name as a unit on your Vanguard circle from your hand, put in the soul, and it gains a crit for that attack until the end of the turn. The crit, that's okay. It's not like we haven't seen any other cards in the game that gains a crit from not a critical trigger. But let's go ahead and talk about the costs. The Counter Blast 2, Soul Blast 2, and Lock 1. The Lock 1 is interesting, which is actually okay because Lean Joker hasn't been locking any of their own units until this guy came out. The Soul Blast 2, that's not a problem because of his other skill that lets you soul charge from your hand for a specific card. And you can just ride another one which puts 2 in the soul and just do Legion again. It's the Counter Blast 2 that really makes this cost. And that's because there's only one other card in the Link Joker that I know of since I've been playing the clan since set 12, which is Nebula Lord Dragon. We all know this guy by now. But the Counter Blast 2 is why I say it kind of makes the cost, is because we should know that with Link Joker, the deck is Counter Blast heavy. With all those Counter Blast 1s, with Colony Maker, Palladiums, Dusttail Unicorn, Chaos Breaker, and all those other cards, the Counter Blast 2 is really heavy. I remember back when just playing Nebula Lord Dragon with set 12, the Counter Blast 2, it wasn't all that great, but the deck was still really, really good. So the cost is, in my opinion, is decent. Now there's one thing I want to talk about is the way that his Legion skill is worded. I'm going to read it the exact way that it is. If this unit is in Legion, lock all of your opponent's rear guards, choose one of your opponent's Legion mate, and retire it. Now, what if your opponent doesn't have any rear guards for some reason to lock? Are you still going to be able to choose an opponent's Legion mate and retire it? Because there's no rulings on this. Because I was talking with a buddy of mine, Thomas, from Team Sentinel. Make sure to go check them out. We're having an intellectual, I can't talk, it's freaking 3:45 in the morning, conversation about this because it's worded really weird. I wanted to kind of compare it to Chaos Breaker, this guy right here, the big old death sign, because he says choose one of your opponent's rear guards and lock it. That's not his limit break. Here it is. During your opponent's end phase, when an opponent's locked card is unlocked, you may pay the cost. If you do, retire that unit and draw a card. I may not be able to remember exactly what we were talking about in it because of the time, but it's worded pretty weird in our opinion about it. So I'm not exactly how sure that's going to work. And think of it this way: what if you're not playing against a Legion deck? Like, non-Legion decks are still going to be good when we get Legions, in my opinion. This thing goes up against a Legion deck, a non-Legion deck. I don't really see it doing anything. because you're not going to have a mate to retire. So can you still lock the units or whatever? What it's basically going to have to come down to is basically if it's what Bushiroad has always said, resolve as much of the effect as possible, because that's how the Palladium and Chaos Breaker Dragon combo works during the end phase of your opponent's turn. So, and also, I want to talk about just how, in general, this card is bad or good or decent or really good or just plain out busted and or broken. This card, I would say around the edge of really good and maybe busted. Let's say that it is busted, which it kind of is. In my opinion, I really don't think Link Joker have all that much busted stuff in the clan. I mean, Nebula Lord wasn't busted. It was really good though. Chaos Breaker, you can argue that it's busted or not, but I don't really see it being all that busted, because if you look at it now, the decks that are out right now, it doesn't really have that much good of advantage as other decks, and it kind of has a hard time keeping up with them, which is why I'm kind of just taking Jewel Knights to regionals. But don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Chaos Breaker. I still love the deck. It's still an extremely good card. And then there's also Omega Glendios, which you can argue that this one is busted, or you can argue that it's not. But Glendios takes a long time to set up and to get going for you to win. So I don't know if that's something you want to say is busted because of his auto win limit break 5, but it takes a long time to work up. And also we have those other Legion Link Joker cards coming out. Star Imaginary Plane Dragon, he's a Counterblast 2 Triangle Lock. You have star-vader Dark Zodiac, which is an Omega Lock. You have star-vader Venom Dancer, which is the closest thing that Link Joker will get to a restanding anything. Because let's face it, I think Link Joker had needed Venom Dancer. And you also gotta consider, because they're never gonna get a cross ride ever. And you also have that Garnet Dragon, which is basically an Infinite Zero Dragon. So, back to star-vader Blaster Joker. You'll be able to get off his effect probably twice in a game, and that's about it. And really, like, that's not a problem. The Legion mate retiring process, like, you can play around that. All you have to do, because you're going to do this while you're playing in the game. You lose your mate, okay, just ride another grade 3 and perform Legion. What are you going to do? Just Legion once the entire game? I don't think so. I think that everyone's going to want a Legion at least twice, if they can, maybe a third time in one game, and get those extra triggers back to the deck, especially heals, or whether it's Persona Blasting for Dark Zodiac, or anything. So, let's say that it didn't retire your mate. You're still probably going to ride another grade 3 and perform Legion and get those extra cards back or whatever. Especially if it's a Legion deck, that when it says when this unit performs Legion, which means you have to ride another grade 3 anyways. So there's really not much of a difference there. And when he locks the entire field, that's just like triangle locking. There isn't any point into locking the last 2 back row rear guards. What are they going to do? Attack you? Are they going to deal you an extra damage out of nowhere? It's not really doing anything different from a triangle lock, to be honest. Now, what it can do, we have Lanthanoms on the field, and you lock 5, those are 17k boosters. Sure. But here's a combo with this. You can rest star-vader Marin, give this guy plus 10k, and then lock it. Which I can see how that's threatening, but it's all about just looking at every perspective and breaking it down and then giving your opinions on it and everything like that. There's really not that much of a difference between triangle locking and locking the entire field. That's not really too much of a difference. And also, if you look here, he's only available in Legion Rare. He's not available as SP. He's not available as Triple Rare. It's only Legion Rare, so he's gonna be a little hard to get. For all the people that say, "Oh, I'll just go out and I'll just buy a playset," good luck finding the people that's gonna have an entire playset while it's Legion Rare, and that's gonna be spending a lot of money. And also, it was kind of like Bushiroad thought they kind of had to do something like this in order for them to move on, or something like that. But overall, is this one card going to be a pain in the neck to play against? Most likely, but so is a bunch of other stuff. Like, there's Dragonic Overlord the Great, who I think is busted. But that's Kagero, because all they're doing now is restanding. But really, guys, just by breaking down the effects, the cost, and like the clan or whatever, there isn't really that much of a difference with it. And plus, it's a Blaster Blade. It's a grade 3, so it kind of deserves this. And that's 4 decks going strong with a Blaster Blade. So anyways, guys, that's kind of about it. Like I said, leave your comments down below. Well, actually, no, that's not it yet. We actually were also speaking about builds with this, me and Thomas, because he brought up Omega locking with it. And I don't see a way to Omega lock with this guy. Sure, there's Dark Zodiac. Dark Zodiac can lock the field, basically, with its combos. But Blaster Joker already locks the field by itself. So there really isn't such a way to be Omega locking with it that's going to benefit you that much. Because you can't activate Blaster Joker's skill, then ride Dark Zodiac and Omega Lock. You can't do that. You can't activate Dark Zodiac skill to Omega Lock and then ride Blaster Joker. You're not going to be playing Palladiums in the deck because there's not going to be any room or any need to. Plus, that's taking up even more counterblasts already. Also, so is Dark Zodiac. Because we were thinking of 4 of this guy, 3 Zodiac, and 1 Tech of the Glendios. But I don't really see that working out. And maybe there will be someone that figures out how to make it Omega Lock with this deck and just make it utterly stupid. That's a possibility, but I highly doubt it. But I'm going to go ahead and give you guys another deck for Omega Locking that I've been working on. It uses 4 Dark Zodiacs, 3 Infinite Zero Dragons, and the 1 Tech Glendios. Or you can do the 3 Zodiac and the 4 Infinite Zero Dragon and the 1 Glendios. It doesn't matter, personal preference, go with whichever, it still works. Well, that deck is nothing but Omega Locking. You break right onto Infinite Zero, you'll lock 2. You activate Dark Zodiac skill, lock 2 more. And then you can either call Photon to lock the last one, or you can activate Robin Knight to lock the last one. It doesn't matter. And then you just use this Legion skill to Omega Lock. And then the next turn you can ride Glendios while you're at 5 damage and you automatically win. That's the better way of doing an Omega Lock deck than trying to Omega Lock with Blaster Joker. So, hopefully, I explained this in the best way that I could for you guys. If you guys don't understand anything or whatever, please feel free to ask me down in the comment section below. If you guys have fully watched this video, please give me your opinions on this. I want to know what you think about it. Because it seems to me that whenever Link Joker actually or finally or whenever gets a really good to busted ass card, people just complain to hell about it. And I was like, so what? This client isn't ever supposed to get a really, really, really damn card to compete in the meta with? So anyways, guys, that is my thoughts on all of this. So let me know what you think down below. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. And I will be bringing you guys more videos as I can. I hope you all have a good time, and I'll see you all later.